So we tried reading chapter 3 last night, but it did not work out. Um, so let's try it. And yeah, God bless. Let's read this again. Yesterday, or not yesterday, but on chapter 2, it was the arrangement of the camps. So essentially, the camps were divided. Okay? Alright, this is chapter 3, Levite priesthood established, and then we'll read some more. Now these are the records of the generations of Aaron and Moses at the time when the Lord spoke with Moses on Mount Sinai. These then were the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab, the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron, the anointed priests, whom he ordained to serve as priests. But Nadab and Abihu died in the presence of the Lord when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. So Eleazar and Ithamar served as priests in the lifetime of their father Aaron. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Bring the tribe of Levi forward and present them before Aaron the priest, so that they may serve him. They shall perform the duties for him and for the whole congregation in front of the tent of meeting, to do the service of the tabernacle. They shall also take care of all the furnishings of the tent of meeting, along with the duties of the sons of Israel, to do the service of the tabernacle. So you shall assign the Levites to Aaron and to his sons. They are exclusively assigned to him and the sons of Israel. So you shall appoint Aaron and his sons that they may keep their priesthood. But the layman who comes near shall be put to death." Again the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Now behold, I have taken the Levites from among the sons of Israel, instead of every firstborn of the firstborn of the womb among the sons of Israel. So the Levites shall be mine. For all the firstborn are mine. On the day that I fatally struck all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified to myself all the firstborn of Israel, from the human firstborn to animals. They shall be mine. I am the Lord." Then the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, "Count the sons of Levi by their fathers' households, by their families. Every male from a month old and upward shall count." So Moses counted them according to the word of the Lord, just as he had been commanded. These then are the sons of Levi by their names: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gershon by their families: Livni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath by their families: Amram and Izhar, Hebron and Uzziel. And the sons of Merari by their families: Mali and Mushi. These are the names of the Levites according to their fathers' households. Of Gershon was the family of the Limnites and the family of the Shimeites. These were the families of the Gershonites. Their numbered men, in the counting of every male from a month old and upward, their numbered men were 7,500. The families of the Gershonites were to camp behind the tabernacle westward, and the leader of the fathers' households of the Gershonites, Eliasaph, the son of Lael. Duties of the Levites. Now the duties of the sons of Gershon in the tent of meeting included the tabernacle of the tent, its covering, and the curtain for the entrance of the tent of meeting, and the curtains of the courtyard, the curtain for the entrance of the courtyard which is around the tabernacle, and the altar, and its ropes, according to all the service concerning them. Of Kohath was the family of the Amramites, the family of the Izharites, the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Uzzielites. These were the families of the Kohathites. In accounting of every male from a month old and upward, there were 8,600 performing the duties of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath went to camp on the south side of the tabernacle, and the leader of the fathers' households of the Kohathite families, Elisaphan or whatever, the son of Uziel. Now their duties included the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altars, the utensils of the sanctuary with which they minister, the curtain, and all the service concerning them. And Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, was the head of the leaders of Levi, and he had the supervision of those who performed the duties of the sanctuary. Of Merari was the family of the Malites and the family of the Mushites. These were the families of Merari. There numbered men in the counting of every male from a month old and upward, 62,000 or 602,000 or 6,200. And the leader of the fathers' households of the families of Merari was Zuriel, the son of Abihail. They were to camp on the northward side of the tabernacle. Now the appointment of duties of the sons of Merari included the framer of the tabernacle, its bars, its pillars, its bases, all its equipment, and all the service concerning them, and the pillars around the courtyard with their bases, their pegs, and their ropes. Now those who were to camp in front of the tabernacle eastward in front of the tent of meeting toward the sunrise were Moses and Aaron his sons, performing the duties of the sanctuary for the obligation of the sons of Israel. But the layman coming near was to be put to death. All the numbered men of the Levites whom Moses and Aaron counted at the command of the Lord by their families, every male from a month old and upward, were 22,000. And firstborn redeemed. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Count every firstborn male of the sons of Israel from a month old and upward, and make a list of their names. And you shall take the Levites for me, I am the Lord, instead of all the firstborn among the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites in place of all the firstborn among the cattle of the sons of Israel." So Moses counted all the firstborn among the sons of Israel, just as the Lord had commanded him, and all the firstborn males by the number of names, from month old and upward for their numbered men, were 22,273. Little Juice World, welcome in, and God bless. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the Levites in place of all the firstborn among the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites in place of their cattle. And the Levites shall be mine. I am the Lord. And as a redemption price for the 273 of the firstborn of the sons of Israel who are in excess of the number of the Levites, you shall take 5 shekels apiece per head. You shall take them in terms of the shekel of the sanctuary. The shekel is 20 gerahs. And you shall give the money, the redemption price of those who are in excess among them, to Aaron and to his sons." So Moses took the redemption money from those who were in excess of the number of those redeemed by the Levites. From the firstborn of the sons of Israel, he took the money in terms of the shekel of the sanctuary, 1,365. Then Moses gave the redemption money to Aaron and to his sons, at the command of the Lord, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. So, chapter 3 it basically establishes Aaron and his sons as the priests. Um, and the Lord commands Moses to count the males at least a month old from the sons of Levi. And what else? It goes into detail about what the Levites are doing and how they are serving in the tabernacle. You are crying? I promise I'm not crying. Well, I'm not crying and laughing at the same time. In fact, maybe I'll laugh once upon a time, but cry, no. That's my sense of humor, by the way. Message is held for review. I'm about to... No, Bo. Bo, I pray to the Lord that, Lord, please, thank you for this man named Bo. If he is indeed about to unalive himself, please, Lord, let him survive. Work in his heart, and let him not do an evil act such as this. Thank you, Father, in Jesus' name, amen. Yeah, please don't do that. If you find Jesus, then you will find the way. It's a narrow way, but with Jesus, you see everything much differently. Yeah. Well, thank the Lord thank Jesus for his sacrifice on the cross. That's who you should thank. What else?
Strawberry lemonade blended.
Okay, so duties of the Levites, it essentially establishes what part of the Levites, what camp of the Levites, what part of the tabernacle they're residing in. So, yeah. And then firstborn redeemed. The Lord commands Moses to do what he did concerning the sons of Israel. Instead, he do it to the Levites. So offer the firstborn, or sorry, not the first, but he's going to take the Levites for the Lord and the cattle of the Levites as sacrifices and offerings to them. Now, granted, I don't believe they're going to burn them or slaughter them. At least that's what I like to think. Maybe the cattle, but not the people. Come on. So let's read chapter 4. Chapter 4 is a bit of a long one, so let's go. Duties of the Kohathites. Then the Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, Take a census of the descendants of Kohath from among the sons of Levi, by their families, by their fathers' households, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, for everyone who can enter the service of ministry to do work in a tent of meeting. This is the work of the descendants of Kohath in the tent of meeting, concerning the most holy things. When the camp sets out, Aaron and his sons shall go in and take down the veil of the curtain and cover it, the ark of the testimony with it. And they shall place a covering of fine leather on it, and spread over it a cloth of pure violet, and insert its carrying poles. Over the table of the bread of the presence they shall also spread a cloth of violet, and put on it the dishes, the pans, and the sacrificial bowls, and the jugs for the drink offering. And a continual bread shall be on it. And they shall spread over them a cloth of scarlet material, and cover the same with a covering of fine leather. And they shall insert its carrying poles. And they shall take a violet cloth and cover the lampstand for the light, along with its lamps, its tongs, its trays, and all its oil containers, by which they attend to it. And they shall put it at all its utensils in a covering of fine leather, and put it on the carrying bars. Over the golden altar they shall spread a violet cloth, and cover it with a covering of fine leather, and they shall insert its carrying poles. And they shall take all the utensils of service with which they serve in the sanctuary, and put them in a violet cloth, and cover them with a covering of fine leather, and put them on the carrying bars. Then they shall clean away the ashes from the altar, and spread a purple cloth over it. They shall also put on it all its utensils by which they serve in connection with it, the fire pans, the forks, the shovels, and the basins, and all the utensils of the altar. And they shall spread a cover of fine leather over it, and insert its carrying poles. When Aaron and his sons have finished covering the holy objects and all the furnishings of the sanctuary, when a camp is to set out, after the sons of Kohath shall come to carry them by the poles. After that, so that they will not touch the holy things and die. These are the things in the tent of meeting that the sons of Kohath are to carry. Now the responsibility of Eleazar the son of Aaron, the priest, is the oil for the light, the fragrant incense, and the continual grain offering, and the anointing oil, the responsibility of all the tabernacle and everything that is in it, with the sanctuary and its furnishings. And the Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, do not let the tribe of the families of the Kohathites be eliminated from among the Levites. Rather, do this for them so that they will live and not die when they approach the most holy things. Aaron and his sons shall go in and assign each of them to his work and to his load. But they shall not come in to see the holy objects even for a moment, or they will die. Duties of the Gershonites. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, take a census of the sons of Gershon also, by their fathers' households, by their families, from 30 years old and upward to 50 years old. You shall count them, all who can enter to perform service, to do the work of the tent of meeting. This is the service of the family of the Gershonites, in serving and carrying. They shall carry the curtains of the tabernacle and the tent of meeting with its covering, and the covering of fine leather that is on top of it, and a curtain for the entrance of the tent of meeting, and the curtains of the courtyard, the curtain for the entrance of the gate of the courtyard that is around the tabernacle, and the altar, and their ropes, and all the equipment for their service, and everything that is to be done by them they shall perform. All the service of the sons of the Gershonites, that is, all their loads and all their work, shall be performed at the command of Aaron and his sons, and you shall assign to them as a duty to all their loads. This is the service of the families of the sons of the Gershonites in the tent of meeting, and their duties shall be under the direction of Ithamar, the priest, or son of Aaron, the priest, rather. And duties of the Merarites. As for the sons of Merari, you shall count them by their families, by their fathers' households. From 30 years old on upward, even to 50 years old, you shall count them. Everyone who can enter the service to do the work of the tent of meeting. This is the duty of their loads. For all their service in the tent of meeting, the boards of the tabernacle, its bars, its pillars, and its bases, and the pillars around the courtyard, and their bases, their pegs, and hold on, and their ropes, with all their equipment and with all their service. And you shall assign by names the men of the items that each is to carry. This is the service of the families of the sons of Merari, according to all their service in the tent of meeting, under the direction of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. So Moses, Aaron, and the leaders of the congregation counted the sons of the Kohathites by their families and by their fathers' households, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who could enter the service for the work in the tent of meeting. Their numbered men by their families were 2,750. These were the numbered men of the Kohathite families, everyone who was serving in the tent of meeting, when Moses and Aaron counted according to the commandment of the Lord through Moses. And a number of men of the sons of Gershon by their families and by their fathers' households, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who could enter the service for work in a tent of meeting. They're numbered men by their families, by their fathers' households, were 2,630. These were the numbered men of the families of the sons of Gershon, everyone who was serving in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron counted according to the commandment of the Lord. And a number of men of the families of the sons of Merari by their families, from their fathers' households, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who could enter the service for work in the tent of meeting. Their numbered men by their families of 3,200. These were the number of men of the families of the sons of Merari, whom Moses counted according to the commandments of the Lord through Moses. All the number of men of the Levites whom Moses and Aaron and the leaders of Israel counted by their families and by their fathers' households, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who could enter to do the work of service and the work of carrying in the tent of meeting. Their numbered men were 8,580. According to the commandment of the Lord through Moses, they were counted, everyone by his serving or carrying. These were his numbered men, just as the Lord commanded Moses. Lord, praise be to God. So we already went for chapter 3. Chapter 4. Chapter 4, duties of the Kohathites. The Kohathites,
and it's also like our citizens. I don't know.
the Kohathites will essentially place the bread and the drink offering, which I believe. Well, I'm not sure what the drink offering is, but it might be wine, or actually, I don't know. I don't know what they drank, but essentially they're to cover them, as well as the lampstand. So essentially, they're going to, whenever they present the offerings, they're going to cover them up and they're going to carry out the offerings. Like, I'll describe it in a moment. I'm not going to do it, but wanted to when I was 6 because of everyday family drama. I'm sorry that that happened, Bo. Um, it's happened a couple of times, but I imagine that, at least for you, it's a lot worse. So, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you, I hope that you know that Jesus Christ saves you. Yes, He saves you. And when every one of us find Him, we see life a lot looser, a lot more different. We break those chains that bind us on earth, and most importantly, when you find Jesus, the most difficult and most dangerous of stuff, it will not bite you the same way. Yes, you will still feel some sort of negative feelings at times, but I just want you to know that when you find Jesus, you're at spiritual peace. And finding Jesus, the one mediator between you and God, um, finding Jesus is, quite frankly, the most valuable accomplishment you can do. Period. Um, but yeah, sorry to hear that, though. I just hope that. Here's what I want you to do. After this stream, I want you to go into your bedroom or somewhere, a bathroom. I don't know where you're at, but when you have time, I want you to go there and pray. Pray to the Lord. Pray to our Father so that He may work in your family's hearts, that He may bring peace not only to you, but to the entire family. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Even if you don't have the right words, I pray, and not even I have the right words to say. So, if you think you ain't got anything to say, think again, because I'm not the best prayer, but prayer is valuable, no matter how you pray. Obviously, you want to be from a heart posture of sincerity, but that's something that you already have, my friend. So yeah, definitely pray. Pray for your family and pray for peace. Um, okay, so according to the duties of the Kohathites, they are to observe, bless you, the offerings and the lampstand and the oil to burn it. They will also coverings of fine leather and carrying it in bars. And there will also, I believe it mentions that they will uh, have ashtrays or something, or places where they put ash. Or maybe that's a different section. But, and then the Gershonites, that is, sorry. They will carry the curtains of meeting with leather, and a Merarites, or whatever, I think that's it. They'll carry boards of the tabernacle and the pillars around the courtyard, and assign names of, but yeah, it reminds me of this period of Moses in which the Lord commands that people do this in the tabernacle, it reminds me a lot of what happens in the Catholic Church, where people will carry out the cross. They have a golden cross. They carry it, and it feels very much ritualistic in one sense. But yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's more ritualistic at this period because that's how the people operated back then. Not because God intended it that way, but because that's the way that the people dealt with it back then. And you're going to see this I up until the New Testament. At least that's what I believe. Well, you'll definitely see it until then, but you'll see it more right now in a period of Moses' lifetime, more than any other period. But yeah, it's like I'm not sure if they're doing their version of catechism. I guess the catechism is the instruction of the Lord, but yeah. Essentially, all the sons of Levi are commanded to the clergy by the Lord. They're commanded to do such things as described. But yeah, folks, that's it for today, 33 and 34. We did 33 again, which is chapter 3, and 34 is chapter 4, so I want to stream again in the morning, so yeah, folks, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Little Juice World, and thank you, Bo. God bless each and every one of y'all, and go in peace, and seek the love of the Lord.